All right, Chael Sonnen. We'll start right here with Mike Bond.
Mike.
Chael, congratulations on a great career.
Thank you very much.
Did you know coming in tonight that if the result didn't go your way, this would be it for you, or was that something you made in the spur of the moment?
No, that was no. I didn't have that planned. I thought I was going to win this fight. I was going to call out Ryan Bader. Everything was going my way. Until it wasn't. But I don't regret it. You know, it was a #1 contenders match, and I thought it was a big opportunity, and it was. And it's somebody else's turn.
What factored into this ultimately? I mean, I know you got tons going on outside the cage, analysts on multiple platforms. It seems like it'll be a very smooth transition for you, but what was kind of the general reasons behind you wanting to do this now?
Well, you got to be tough. You got to be tough in this sport, and I feel like I used all my toughness up. You know, there was some positions in there that before in my career I'd walked right through them, and I didn't mind losing to him in his spots, like some of the stuff on our feet and those jumping knees and whatnot. But I did mind losing to him in my spots. He was on top of me. I didn't think he'd be on top of me. I thought I could have scrambled. I could have got up. I used to be tougher. I used to want it more. I used to have more grit, and I just felt like maybe I fired my last bullet. I didn't have that same grit. And it's time to move on.
I mean, I don't think anyone could question your toughness after that knee you took in the first round.
That was a hard knee.
It was very loud from where we could hear it. I mean, how hurt were you? Did you recover, fully going into that second round, or how sketchy was it at that point?
Well, and see, it's funny what you tell yourself in those situations, but I thought there was major opportunity going to the second round. I thought that he was fading, that he really went for everything for the finish in the first round. And maybe I'm right. I don't know. I don't know. But I thought I can come out. I can win these next 2 rounds, and I took another one of those knees, and now I'm underneath again, and it was just a tough spot. It kind of went from bad to worse. He's very hard to deal with on his feet. So it was just one of those matches. It was very tough, but somewhere in there I think I forgot your question, but the referee said to me when the fight was over, he stepped in, he said, "Chael, I was trying to help you." I said, "What took you so long?" He said, "Are you going to retire?" I said, I retired 3 minutes ago. I don't even know why we went to the second round here. So I think when you feel like that, even if it's for a moment, you got to go.
And just last thing for me for now, in my mind, you should have that WEC belt. There's an asterisk there, but we spoke pre-fight about, you said if you don't win a world title, you're not retiring, you're quitting. Can you reflect on that statement now that, you have walked away?
Yeah, I'm quitting. I'm quitting the sport. I tried to win the world championship. I worked really hard for a really long time, and it didn't come from me.
Hey, Chael.
What's up, Phoenix?
I forgive you for all the things you say about New York.
I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
I want to, again, congratulate you for an excellent career.
Thank you.
You fought anybody, and you entertained everybody. Now looking back, you had talked so much this last couple of weeks about you never looked back and had any fun, but to us, you were always so much fun. So when you think about the fun aspect of it, even losing tonight, can you say that there were moments going into this that you enjoyed?
Well, that's a tremendous compliment. Yeah, I have no regrets on my career. Even tonight, if I knew what was going to happen, I'd still walk out there and do it. And yeah, I didn't have any regrets. It was one of those things, kind of like middle school. You had good days and bad, but I only remember the good. I only remember the good days. And that's really how this sport is. I had a great experience here. Scott Coker gave me an opportunity at a time when I really needed an opportunity. And I had all sorts of deals with Scott Coker, and some of them we never even wrote down. And he honored his word through the end, and I owed him one more fight, and that was tonight, and I wanted to honor my side of it too. And I thought I could beat Machida.
How will you stay busy?
Well, yeah, I got 2 little maniacs now, and so largely I'll be the chauffeur. They'll decide what they want to do, and I'll get them to and from their events. But I'm looking forward to that. I think I'll probably be a little bit bored, quite frankly. I hate days off. If there's anything I hate, it's a day off. But I need to find something to fill my time for sure.
My last question for you is that you've always been so great and analytical when it comes to looking at fights. Now that you've been in there with Machida, if you look at Machida and Bader, how do you see that going?
Yeah, that's interesting. And don't forget, they already fought once. Machida got the jump on him, but it was largely because Bader charged in. I was rough on Bader leading into this week, but I thought I had something going with him. Ryan Bader's a tremendous fighter, and I don't think that I need to say that. He's got 2 world championships. But a fight between I hope that Bader fights Machida. He's got 2 options to go up to heavyweight, but I really think there's some major opportunity to draw and have some excitement there. And I think Machida was up against it tonight a little bit. He's a 185-pounder. He had to move up. He was the #1 contender. Now he has moved. I think he was in a really tough spot. He performed well. He should be proud.
Chael, Sean Hubbard, how you doing?
Of course.
In Madison Square Garden, when you fought tonight, you showed the world a lot of what we already know. Your toughness, your grace in defeat, and then you retired. And Madison Square Garden gave you basically a heroic response, and basically was like a gasp followed by a ovation. How'd you feel about how the crowd responded to your announcement, especially considering the fact you've been a legend all this time and now you're going to move on to something new?
Well, thank you. That's very sweet. And yeah, they were amazing. Madison Square Garden was amazing. The whole card was amazing, from top to bottom. I look at some of these guys, Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico's a much better fighter than I am. And he's paying his dues. It's just a rough business. It's one of those things. The basketball championships just ended. The team that won it lost 3 games in the last 3 weeks. If you do that in fighting, you're bum. You're done. It's over. And it's just something unique about this sport. It's something that's unfair about this sport, that you have so much lag time in between getting to dust yourself off and try to do it again. So Madison Square Garden was wonderful, and the whole card was. I loved how it ended. I loved that we're the greatest fight in Bellator history is Lima versus Rory, and now we're going to see it again.
Josh.
Hey, Chael.
Hey, what's up, Josh?
Do you feel you left a mark on this sport? And if you did, what is it?
No, not necessarily. I think that maybe I helped us get over to the entertainment era that we're in right now, and for better or worse. But I think I had a hand in that. But I don't know about a mark necessarily. I think maybe if I was to be remembered, I was very proud of the way my career started and the guys that I had to look up to, and they were true tough guys. They were legitimate tough guys. I had my 6th fight before I even saw a scale, and we didn't worry about who you were fighting. You didn't need a bunch of money or attention or anything else. You just wanted to compete. And, I really like the competitors that we have in the sport, but I think they're a little fewer and far between. And if there was something that I could pass to the locker rooms, it would be to go back to that competitive era. Guys that want to do it, that enjoy the sport, they just want to see who's the best.
Along those lines, a big deal tonight about co-promotion and promoters working together. You, for so long, were the company man. That's how people perceived you about the UFC, and you came over here in the same way. But these companies promoting against each other, what do you think of that idea? Is that meaningful for you? Is the idea of competing in mixed martial arts? What can that do for the sport?
The co-promote?
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, wouldn't that be fun? If we could all just start doing something. They've been doing it for boxing for the longest time, and I don't know what's going to be the real holdup for MMA. I think that, Coker and Saki Bar really have something special here. I hope it continues, but I'm a huge fan. That's how my career started. That's how my career will end, is just purely as a fan. And man, that's fun. I love that parody. I assume you're the same way, right? It's great parody.
Want to see the best?
Yeah, I want to see the best.
Thank you.
Chael, just one more from me. You mentioned the analyst role, fatherhood, but any possibility of you resuming your political career?
Oh, maybe. I have a lot of fantasies. I have also, and that is a fantasy of mine. But no, for now, I'm starting to promote some grappling events and having some fun with that. And but I need a minute, man. This is hard for me. This is a sport and a game, and I was very fortunate to play a game as an adult. Games for kids in large part. I was very fortunate, and but I don't feel that right now. I feel sorry for myself. It's hard. It's a hard night for me. Putting on my game face, but it is a hard night for me. I thought I would beat Machida. I wanted to beat Machida for Randy and Dan and these guys that I looked up to, and I'll tell you, he was so elusive. He keeps so much space, and then he closes it so fast. Hard fight. It's a hard fight.
Brett.
Hey, Chael. To your left.
Thank you. Oh, hey, Brad.
Congratulations on a great career. What was the experience like having your kids in the arena tonight?
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. I believe Father's Day is Sunday. I didn't even know that. I've been so enveloped in myself. But it's very fun. And then we're going to go out to London to call the Bellator next weekend. So we're all going as a family. The grandparents and my wife, I think there's 7 or 8 of us in the crew. But yeah, it was fun having them there. It's also a little bit nerve-wracking because they haven't seen it. When Dad's in a fight in the middle of a cage, half naked in New York City. There's some discussions you got to have, right? There's still a maturity to this. I understand it, but I can't just expect them to. We got to talk a little bit.
Yeah, what are some of the bullet points that you explained to them before they came and watched tonight?
Well, a lot of it happened after the fight. My son was reminding me that I lost, that Machida was on top of you, Dad, punching you. He said he was very scared. I said, well, son, it's a 2-man sport. We can't just give it and not be willing to take it. We tip our hat, walk away, we come back again.
Chael, one more question for you, and I apologize if this is a difficult one, but you wrote that great piece on ESPN, and you're talking about how you had made that promise to your father, and I'm just wondering if you could have a conversation with your dad right now, what do you think he'd say to you?
I just tell him I tried.
Chael, you had a legendary career. Looking back, what do you think is your favorite moment, if any?
Well, let's see. I had a lot of fun in the build-up to Anderson Silva. I had a lot of fun tonight. I had a lot of fun coming to New York and doing this. Favorite moment would be really tough. Actually, my favorite moment would have been as a fan. You know, it was the night Randy Couture beat Tim Sylvia. I'd already looked up the hospital in Vegas so I could send Randy flowers. I was sure that was where he was going to be. And he put the big guy down in about 9 seconds and stayed on him for the next 24 and a half minutes. And that was probably one of the more memorable moments for me.
And, you know, I think you're a success story. This is a very tough business, and you're a success story from all angles. If you could give any advice to any young athletes that are coming up, what would it be?
I would tell them to get a coach who you trust and go to practice every day. You can just get 1 degree better every single day. But it's really who can stay in it the longest and who can be the most consistent is what I've seen. Later, we were just discussing what a controversial decision that was, how that was a real back and forth battle that we were in the middle of when the referee, for some odd reason, pulled you off me. That's what I would say. Yeah, get a coach that you trust. And go every single day. And it's hard to do. It's very hard to do. There's a lot of excuses, 100 reasons why you don't want to go to practice every day. You got to find that one reason to get in the car. Be my advice.
Thank you, Chael, and congrats.
Thank you, guys. I've had it with you all. Are we done?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thank you.